Spring has sprung. The daffodils are poking their little heads up through the soil as I tell you this, and the thermal underwear is going back in the closet to make way for the t-shirts and the shorts. Actually, it's amazing that the weather has changed from snow to about 70 degrees of sunshine, which of course is very welcome. Actually, it reminds me of a quote I came across recently, which it goes like this: "If we had no winter, the spring would not be so pleasant. If we didn't sometimes taste of adversity, prosperity would not be so welcome." I really like that quote, and since spring is a time that's well known for tidying up around the house, I was thinking about how we could all do some tidying in our various businesses, whether it be your eBay business or any business that you have. Now, don't groan, this is going to be good, I promise. A big breakthrough was when I systemized more aspects of my business, and I know that you can benefit from doing the same. You see, there are so many time-sucking tasks that we do that can be drastically improved. So, here's what I suggest. Make a list of tasks that take more than, say, an hour or so each day, and once you have that list, work through it over the next 3 weeks to try and automate as many of those processes as possible. For example, is there any software available that you can use to accomplish any of the tasks? To find out if that is the case, you might want to visit the massive archive of searchable software downloads at cnet.com, that's CNET.com, for ideas. Are there any tasks that can be outsourced to others? For example, I discovered that I was spending far too much time on things that I could have easily paid a student $10 or so an hour to do that, and that's what I did. So, I guess the question that may be going through your mind is, where did I find that labour? Well, I posted a message in my region of Craigslist. Most major cities or areas of the country have their own section of Craigslist. I chose 2 categories, the labour category under the broad category of gigs, and the part-time category under jobs. There are also some specific categories that might work better for you, such as web design and writing. Each of those categories could be used to find individuals who are experienced in designing and writing eBay listings, for example. You might also use that site, Craigslist, to find someone who you can interview for an information product. For example, if you were producing an ebook about how to save money on your next Disney vacation, you could probably find some ex-Disney employees who are willing to help you out for a small fee. Now, there's a secret to there's a secret to getting the right people. And I used 2 tips that I got from Dan Kennedy, very powerful. Firstly, try to find someone who was raised working in a family business, because they tend to be far more suited to working from home, and they realize what it really means to be in business. They tend to work harder and with less complaint than someone who's been in the corporate world for years. Secondly, be clear that you need someone who can work well without constant supervision or praise. In fact, unless you're the sort of person who can dish out an endless stream of praise, be honest in telling candidates that they won't receive constant commentation. Many employees need that. So cover that issue up front because the right person will appreciate that honesty. And lastly, give specific direction about how you want them to respond. What I usually do is write something like, don't send a resume, instead tell me a bit about yourself by writing a couple of paragraphs about your existing and past work, as well as your hobbies and interests. You see, it never ceases to amaze me that around half of all applicants will submit a resume, despite my explicit instruction not to do that. Try it for yourself and you'll see the same result. So any application that immediately gets any application like that immediately gets deleted because the person just demonstrated to me that they can't follow a basic instruction, and it's actually a great way to weed out unsuitable people at the first hurdle. So I encourage you to do that yourself. Maybe start out by trying someone on a temporary basis, perhaps giving them a specific project to work on, and then seeing how they do with that project. You'll benefit greatly by freeing up more of your time to work on aspects of your business that you're more skilled at. That's very important. So yet another way to systemize a process and save time is to find a device or a machine, a physical product that does the task more efficiently than a human can do it. Again, as an example, I realized that my staff were spending a lot of time manually piecing together components for my Renegade seller success course for eBay. So I looked at what processes were consuming more time, and I invited their feedback. Well, it turned out that punching the pages with a manual 3-hole punch was taking up a lot of time. So it immediately made sense to buy an electric punch that could churn through the pages. And that inexpensive device slashed the production time by 2/3. So I guess the lesson to take away here is that sometimes we can't see the wood for the trees in our own business. So we really need to stop and make a serious analysis from time to time. You won't regret doing that, I promise. Even seemingly small tweaks can have a substantial knock-on effect over time. And another side benefit is that you'll be re-energized with a new determination to improve your business. It really is like the satisfaction that comes about as a result of clearing out the closet and doing a spring clean. If you enjoyed this article and you'd like to know more about how you can use eBay as a marketing tool for your business, grab the special pack of training materials I've put together for free at www.sendmyfreegift.com. Head on over there now to www.sendmyfreegift.com.